Welcome to RELICS Radio, your favorite weekly podcast dedicated to the metal detecting and treasure hunting community. Here are your hosts, Ken from Adventures in Dirt and Tony from 5280 Adventures.
It's another Thursday night here on RELICS Radio. I want to welcome everyone to the show Thursday night. Yeah. Looking forward to this all week. It's always fun for me on my Thursday nights to join you all and have you all join me and my buddy, my digging partner, Mr. Tony, Mr. 5280 Adventures.
What's up?
Wait a minute, I got to play it one more time.
Okay.
Hey,
It's a good story. I wish, you know what? I wish I could play that. That'd be even better. You know what? I can play this. Grandma's
baroque. Yeah. Oh, so man, last time we went out, we didn't find Grandma's brooch.
I know.
Darn
I know. I did find some sort of a brooch. It's nothing. I don't think it's Grandma's, but
no,
it's all right.
About it.
It's
yeah, you and Jeff got out.
Yeah, we got out. We got out and went to the same mining town area, trying to pick through the iron. So this mining town was like early, about 1880, late 1880s up to about 19 teens. So really good specific time frame. And then after the fact, there wasn't anything there. It's just open. So not a lot of cross contamination. But I tell you, those guys, those buggers, man, they were walking around with nails in their pockets or something, because there is more iron around that spot than I think I've seen on any other location. So it's really tough. And I'm just using the stock coil, the M11 on the Manicore, so which works. I'm not poo-pooing the Manicore M11. I wouldn't mind having the M8 there, but
M8's got to come at some point.
I know. I just looked it up today. $251 I found it for. I considered it. Ooh, I don't know.
Christmas right around the corner.
Well, there we go. There we go. If you're looking for a gift for me there, DK from Adventures in Dirt.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. So man, how are you?
I got one you can buy me too.
Yeah, I know. We're both going to be sending each other coils for Christmas. Hey, that's a good friend to have. I tell you what, right?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Yeah.
Yep. Getting ready to take some time off. So just kind of like my Friday night. So
sweet.
You got to feel good when you're about ready to go take some time off and you're at the last day of work. And yeah, feeling good.
Well, what's funny is you're coming back Wednesday. I'm leaving the Thursday. So I don't believe I'm going to be able to make next week. I'm just dropping. This is live. You have no idea that I was going to tell you this because I just remembered. I'm leaving Thursday to go dove hunting for the dove openers on Sunday. So gotta go get the camper ready, get that out there, and then hunt Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I'll be back next Wednesday though.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a week off as well.
Oh wow! Shoot.
Yeah.
So you won't be around this next weekend to go hunting.
That's right. That's right. So yeah.
Or come to the barbecue that I'm having, or drinks.
What?
Or
what?
Oh, cool. You staying in state, or are you going out of state?
Yeah, it's in state. No. Going up towards Nebraska, still staying in Colorado, but it's what we do every single year. The only difference this year, I have my own trailer instead of having to sleep in my car. So this is going to be a nice year. And that's why I'm going up early. I can spend, an actual, I got a nice place to sleep and shower and have a fan on me and stuff like that. So but yeah, always in state. And dove season is going to be good this year, guys. If you aren't a dove hunter, you got to get into it. It's going to be really good this year.
I was out in your bird hunting neck of the woods today.
I heard.
Have you ever seen any birds? Oh yeah, there was a lot of birds flying around across the front of my car. Almost clipped a couple of them for you. You ever been out that lake? You ever been fishing out that lake that way?
What's
it's called
Jackson?
Is that? I think it's called Jackson.
Jackson, yeah. I've never fished it. There is some good hunting over there. So there's some waterfowl hunting to the south of it. But now that I've got a little boat, it might be worth my trip up there to get out on the boat and see what I can find out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate all the support, Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky.
I like the way you think. Everyone tune
Appreciate
in next
you.
Thursday for a little bit
Don't
of a
you
roast.
have to wait, don't you have to be there when you get roasted? It's not much as fun because then you're just talking behind the other guy's back.
Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, roasting you is when you're there. Talking crap is when you're not there. Shit.
Well, you want to jump in the chat real quick, and then we can start discussing some stuff. We got some things to talk about this week.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was going to wear a long sleeve shirt because I heard we were going to do off the cuff, but I went with the t-shirt
we need sound
instead.
effects. We need to get some sound effects here.
I'll
Boo, or
boo would be good.
I think we could load some for sure.
Yeah, I can load some more in there. Hey, Mr. Bill Hayes, first in, says howdy, y'all. Buckle Boy Metal Detecting. I chatted a little bit with Buckle Boy this week.
Did you?
Online and some messages and things like that. Yeah. It's always great to check in with him.
Yeah.
His books, we're getting closer. I'll just say that we're getting closer.
Yeah,
and we're all getting anxious.
Sure. You know who else book is? I think it's out.
Yeah. Nick West. Yeah.
His book came
Maybe
out.
He's in the chat here too. We'll see.
Be in the chat.
He usually checks in pretty early, but I don't see him here yet.
Yep.
Ohio Relic Hunter, Mr. Bill.
Oh, Bill.
Eric McBee.
Hello, Eric.
Wow, look at this. Eric says he's turning into a fan. He just got started on this adventure.
Excellent. Well, welcome, Eric. Shoot, I think this is the first time we've seen you here in the chat. So
I know.
Welcome. Sit down, buckle in, and hold on. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. We'll see.
You'll have fun over there in the chat group for sure.
We'll see if we can throw in some informational stuff in the next hour and a half too. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
Who else have we got?
He's got to get his money worth, 505 Adventures. Yeah.
I got E-Tector. Where's 50 Ski Plus? Ski Searcher. 505. Yeah. Hello. It's been forever.
Yeah, man. Has been forever.
Did you see his little picture over here? It says, I love metal detecting, coffee, and naps.
Oh, I love it.
I'll take 2 out of 3.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'll take all 3. I'll do all 3. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, probably in that order too.
I'm a big fan of naps. I can't stand coffee.
Shame. I found that out when we went camping together. I'm up the crack of dawn, like, where's the coffee? Where's coffee? We got coffee? You know how to do? I had to go walk 3 blocks down the road to the local.
There's 4 guys in this camper. Ken's up early, just shaking. Does anybody want any coffee? Yeah. And the rest of us like, no, we don't drink coffee.
I'm like, what? We can't be friends anymore.
Bells. Good evening, everyone. Welcome in, Bells.
Look at that icon.
Nice to see you.
Go back, look at that.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Hey, here's a good one. Larry Stevens.
Hello, Larry. Now we still have to have him on. Him and Loy.
I know.
That'd be a good show. Larry, start thinking about how you'd come on this camera business, and we'll reach out to you and Loy to get you guys on. There's a lot to talk to you about. So
yeah, absolutely.
Still want to have you on for sure. Good to see you. Dirt Clod Metal Detecting. Hello.
Hello, Dirt Clod.
Welcome.
Here's a guy we don't see very often.
Yeah, Ill Digger, Mr. Tim.
How's his shoulder? Right, he had his shoulder done.
I don't know. Let us know, Tim. How's that shoulder doing? Did they just cut it off? Is that what they did?
It's probably. You know what? If it's your left one and that's your swinging shoulder, it's no big deal.
You don't need that one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, welcome everyone. I saw down below 505 said something. Yeah, he's taking 7 days off. Of course, he has COVID. Oh, wah.
Oh,
sorry to hear that.
I saw Beth Driscoll never had COVID. She works in the medical field. She's a nurse, hospice, like all kinds. Never had COVID. She just got it, and she said this is the worst thing she's ever had. Well, you know what? We've all had it. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
We're all doing it.
She's got tiger blood anyways. Come on, man.
Hey, I saw Copper Joe's in the chat. Welcome in,
Hey,
Copper Joe.
Copper Joe, how are you? He must have been loving the
God.
past couple of shows. We've had a lot of talk of
I know.
copper culture and fur trade
Yes.
recently. And,
I love it.
Hey, did
Those
you
were-
happen to catch last week's show? Oh, wait,
I
you were
did.
there.
Did you catch it?
I caught it. I did catch some of it
See, you were asleep the other part.
when I wasn't running my mouth. Caught some of it. No, it was good though. We were talking all about gaining permissions. Boy, if you guys haven't seen that show, go
Yeah.
back and check it out.
It was so good.
It was a great show with James and his boys for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. He said he was on 35 yes permissions in a row. That's crazy. That's got to be a record.
Oh, that is a record. I couldn't even tell you if we've got the double digits in a row. Whoops. Did you know that?
No,
505 in case we forgot. Well,
I
hi
did
Beth.
forget. When did she change her name to 505? Has that like been forever and I just forgot it?
Yeah, it's probably been 2 years since she moved. I would assume.
Sorry, Beth. Shoot.
That's kind of funny. We were
Some
talking about her
friend
and
I
she's
am.
right there. See, we're not even talking behind her back. That's a roast.
I'm like, Beth has COVID and
She's-
505 has COVID too. Wow, what a coincidence.
So weird.
Sorry, Beth.
Gosh. Let's see. One thing I want to throw out. You know what? Let's talk about North Dakota here in a little bit when more people get on here.
Yeah.
But real quick, I do want to say, I know most of us have already heard, but on behalf of Relics Radio, we did want to send our condolences to Captain Carl Fismer, passed away this week. And I know that he's been in the hospital for probably about a month. I was friends with him on Facebook. I never met the gentleman. Have you ever met and talked with him or anything like that?
I would have loved
Not
to.
lucky
We
enough.
may have sent a
Yeah.
message back and forth, but
Right.
I never met him, of course. I would have loved to. He just seemed like
Yeah.
such a great person. So I would love to hear some of his
Man.
stories. You know how many stories that guy had
I
inside him?
Couldn't even imagine. Yeah. That would be a guest. You know what? We should have had him as a guest, but he would be a guest that you just ask a question, turn off the cameras, walk away, because he would just have to be able to go and go and go. And but anyways, he lost his battle with the sickness that he was dealing with. I know that he was in the hospital for quite a while. I've been following that on Facebook. But we wanted to send our condolences to the family.
Yeah.
And if anybody in the chat or listening, after the fact, if you guys, leave us a comment down below if you've had an interaction, experiences. We're friends with a lot of people through social media, and I just was reading the stories about what a wonderful man he was, and what he's experienced and seen. He right. We were looking it up. He actually was with Mel Fisher, diving on the Atocha, which is just, historical, absolutely, monumentally historical. So,
Right.
treasure
diver through and through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shipwreck
Amazing.
diver. Just tons of stories. I would have just loved to sit and sip on some drinks and talk to him and let him go. Right.
Right. Yeah. That would have been fantastic. But, on to the next, I'm sure he's searching for treasure up there with Mel and all the other treasure hunters. So,
yeah. It looks like there's like an online book. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's him or not. Yeah, it is him. It's called Man Overboard, Captain Fizz and the Treasure Biz. Looks like it's a book you can get on board. I don't know if that's his autobiography or not, but yeah. Sad times too for him to be leaving us for sure.
Yep.
Oh, Bill's met him.
Yeah, Bill. That's pretty cool. Treasure Week in Indiana. Very cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Um,
Dirt Devil
I think-
Detective want to say hello to you. Thanks for coming in.
I said I wanted to bring up North Dakota, right? We have we got a buddy that is going to be going out of state to do some digging, or in the area that would love to do some digging. So if anybody out there is either in North Dakota right around Deadwood area. Or wait, that's South Dakota, isn't it?
Yeah, South Dakota.
South Dakota, my bad.
Yep.
South Dakota area. Or know somebody that wouldn't mind having somebody tag along on some permissions. Reach out to us. We'd love to pass along that information and really connect people together.
Yeah.
Ski Searcher knows what that's about as well. When we're out there looking for people to connect with. So
Yep.
Matt was nice enough to take some other friends of ours out, and they had a blast. And I talked with Jeff this past weekend, and he had said, I thought we had an exclusive relationship, you, me, and Jeff,
Yeah.
as a tight group. Apparently he talks to Matt all the time now too. So
yeah, great, Matt.
I thought we were a lot tighter than that.
What's up with that, man? That guy Jeff gets around. Yeah. Found out he's detecting with a bunch of friends from our detecting club. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Man.
What's up with that?
No,
but it's great that you're meeting, people outside and connecting the community for sure. So
he
you guys
says
know anybody in South Dakota?
Yeah, he's going to be around Sturgis, Spearfish, Deadwood, that kind of area, that general area. So if you know of any good spots there, you can turn them on to some place or even a club out that way, or you want to hook up with them, just get a hold of Tony or myself, and we can make that happen.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
All right.
I told everyone, you can ask any question of us tonight. That's it. Want to get to know Tony and I a little better? You can ask any question, and either we'll answer it or not, depending on the question. Yeah. So you got out. Let me see. I don't know if I saw pictures of what you found. I thought I saw some other pictures. That lock. Oh, the lock you found. Did you find out any more on that lock? So Tony found a pretty cool older.
No, I didn't find it. Lock. Jeff found that. Jeff found that.
I thought that was yours.
No, so here's the story why you thought it was mine.
Okay.
So Jeff finds this lock. Well, first he calls me over. He's like, I know this is jumpy. He's using a Manicore. And he's hitting high on one side of it, and then hits like a mid-tone on the other side. And it's like 93 on one side, comes down to like 56. He's like, and it was a little bit longer of a tone. And I'm going, I don't think it's a coin, Jeff, but I definitely would dig it. It wasn't definitely wasn't iron giving us a false signal or anything like that. I was like, I would dig it. Why not? Right. So he of course I walk away. Of course he digs it. It's this old lock. And I'm like, oh geez. But congrats. I love it. It's so cool. Such a cool lock. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of it that I can bring it up on the computer here. But anyways, we leave, we go to lunch, and I had some other things to do after lunch. And just as we get to lunch, we go to Wendy's. Just as we get to lunch, she goes, hey, I looked up that lock. It's an 1897 something with, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Like to be able to ID it, right? That's one of the things that we always talk about is IDing finds. Like, half the battle is finding something and going, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. But what in the hell is it? So anyways, he tells me exactly what it is. Well, he had posted it in a group chat, the picture of the lock that, hey, I found this. And I wrote in the chat, hey, it looks to me like it's an 1850 or 1897, blah, 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 after the information that he had told me. And it made me look like I knew what I was talking about. But in all actuality, it was his information. So I deceived you on that one.
No, I thought for sure it was yours. I'm like, cool lock.
No, it is a cool lock for sure. It's got like a little keyhole on the bottom. It's not a big one, but heavy brass, very, very cool looking for sure. Yeah, we didn't find very much that day. Again, just poking around through that iron, man.
Yeah. We find a lot of spots like that here in Colorado, and it's kind of cool. Like if you think about it, we've been testing out a lot of different spots over this past year. Like we've been, just checking different things, flatlands, kind of old house sites, mountainous regions. Like I really see this year our season this year so far has been a lot about exploration and trying new spots than we normally have, to see what would open up to us and stuff. And sometimes you got to do that. If you're a field hunter and that's all you do, go after field, you'll have a lot of luck and you'll do that. But every now and then you got to go try some other type of terrain, get out on some different type of properties just to see if you can expand that, sort of locations and kind of stuff you're finding. At least I do. I think that's
well, you need to grow, right? I mean, that, we want to grow in the hobby. You don't want to be a one trick pony. So yeah.
True.
Yep.
We was welcome to Detect and Dig in the chat.
Nice.
Saw you drum and detect in there. Dropped and forgotten. Love that name. Welcome everyone. Yeah, if you have questions for Tony, I just put them in there. We were talking about last week's show about getting permissions. There was a lot of great tips on that. And during that show, we talked about having, we had James on in our as a speaker in our club meeting this last month, and he talked a lot about gaining permissions. And Tony and I went right out and we employed a few of his tactics, and I call them tactics. We all call them tactics. We're not trying to be misleading to anybody, but we use some of his tips to try to come across as honest and, come across as the right type of people to these landowners. And hey, it worked. It worked for us to get that. It permission.
Absolutely worked. Yeah. What were a couple of the, the condensed version? What are top 3 tips that he had told us?
Yeah, I think the things I liked were stepping back off the porch after you sort of knock on the door, good. Stepping back so you're not physically
not confrontational.
Yeah. Wear a hat on purpose so that you can then take it off and show respect and hold your hat while you're talking to them. I would, but my headphones would go flying. There you go. And what else? What else did you pull from that?
I loved bait coins.
Yeah, bait coins.
What he identified as bait coins.
Yep.
Which are just, or you can have bait fines. You've got he has 4 coins in his hand, and each one has a little bit of a different story about the area that he found, which always happens to be right in that same area that he's trying to get the permission on, right? But I love finding this mercury dime. It's from this era in history. I also found this token. You're kind of starting a little bit of a story about what you're kind of looking for. And then you're waiting for them to kind of jump in and go, oh, I've never seen a mercury dime before. Oh, really? Here, let me show it to you. And now all of a sudden they're touching that history. Those kind of different things. I think it's a really neat way to connect quickly with somebody because you actually are holding the history. And we went out, and I was going to say, so they were at our treasure hunting club at like 8:00 on Friday night. We were out Saturday morning about 9:00 ish using their tips and tactics. So it was about 13 hours after he had told us, and we went out and tried it. And sure enough, we actually got permission. A pretty historical site too, by the way.
Yeah. And it helped that the landowners knew the history of their property, knew more than we did, and were excited to share it with us. Once they were sure that we were there for legitimate reasons to share in the history and excited about the history. And that's one of the things that, that I took from his conversation too, James, is one of his bait coins was actually a token from their area that he was hunting it. And he knew the whole story behind the token. The guy that had the mercantile store, what they did, what his brother ended up doing, like he knew it. And he was one of the first ones that did this and did this later. And he was able to share that quick story with them, and he'd hand them that token as he was telling them that story. And either you're going to see him go, oh, how much is this worth? And, get off my property, or they're going to go, wow, you're kidding, and ask questions about it. And, pretty quickly whether they're receptive of it or not. But it just sort of, calms everything down and kind of disarms people. They know you're not there selling anything. They know you're really excited about this history. And it's, they have a huge track record of getting permission. So if you missed that episode, definitely go back, take a look at it.
You know who employed the bait relics very successfully? Beth got us on a lot of permissions, and she always had her box.
Yeah.
and her box had a whole bunch of relics inside there.
Yeah.
And she would take it up there and she would use that to her advantage. And got a lot of permissions from it. So I took that one as my favorite. I know a couple of people, Il Digger said he liked the big coins. And then there was another one here. Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky said when James was given his spiel, we asked, how do you talk to these people? He had put in one sentence that I think was probably one of the most powerful sentences, where he had said, "Hey, do you mind if we just kind of look through your yard for about an hour or two?"
Oh,
And
perfect.
that kind of gives that homeowner going, how long are they going to be in my yard? Are they
Right.
going to be here all day? Are they going to come back all week? Are they going to be here a month? Are they going to move
Yeah,
in, pitch
right.
a tent on my yard? What are they doing? And it kind of brings that uneasiness around, you're having two strangers that are all of a sudden now talking, and it kind of brings, you're overcoming a lot of objections, and you're kind of giving a lot of information of reasons to not say no.
Right.
And
We'll use that next time we're talking to,
yeah,
a homeowner or landowner, whatever. Absolutely. Like, we usually talk to more
yeah,
landowners these days, and absolutely, like, because
that's a
normally, right, what do we normally
great
do?
line.
So we're wondering, if asking your permission to let me and my buddies do some metal detecting on your property, see what we can
Right,
find. That's usually how we end it, right?
right,
That's usually it
right,
for us.
right.
And they either say yes or no, and it's this big, win it or lose it moment. But
Yeah,
if you give them a timeline like that,
yeah,
hey, just wonder if you would let my buddy and I, maybe run your detector over your land for a couple hours and see what we can find. They're
yeah.
just like, it's easy for them to kind of shrug their shoulders and say, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, go for it,
Right,
And
right,
then, you're there for a little bit longer. That's definitely, doable. A lot of times at that point, they've seen, they can trust you. They know you, they
right.
watch you. I'm sure they're watching you, and
Oh, they're
and then
watching.
seeing how you're treating their land. So make sure, you're
Yeah.
cutting good plugs and replacing stuff. And,
And obviously it depends, how large their land is, but you could be there 1 to 2 hours a day and eventually 3 to 4 months, back and back and back. Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky. Yeah, I'll be back. We found a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, right. Can we come
That's
again for
funny.
8 hours? Yeah,
Right. 1 to 2 hours today.
yeah,
Great show though. I mean, Ken said it. If you guys haven't listened to it, a lot of tips, a lot of great conversation pieces. It's no wonder why they get so many permissions, so many yeses, because that guy can just talk. He's an old timer. He can talk the talk. And again, not give a landowner a reason to say no.
yeah,
And he's very good at it. So great show. If you guys missed it last week.
yeah, absolutely. Dirt Diggers UK, welcome to the
Hey,
show. How are you? Yeah, if
nice.
you're over there, man, it's early. If you're over in the UK, it's early over there. So welcome, Night Owl. Welcome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Some question. Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky said, "How'd you get in the hobby, and what is your favorite find?"
Mm,
Tony and I said, "We'll answer certain, not certain questions. We'll answer most questions you send in to us, as long as they're above board for
appropriate.
sure." Yeah. How'd you get in the hobby, Tony?
Man, I've always loved history. I
Yeah.
really wanted to get metal detecting. I actually moved from Colorado to Northern Virginia, and those guys out there, you're born, Green Bay, you're born with, a Green Bay football, right? I mean, that's just what they do. If you're from Northern Virginia, man, you're born with a metal detector. They all know their history. They all have metal detectors. And I was really talking with a lot of guys, and I never got into the hobby while I was in Virginia. And I came back to Colorado, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. If I don't do this now, I'm never going to do this. Went on to eBay, found a Ace 250 for like $100 on eBay. Bought it, went out a couple times, and got hooked right away. Hooked right away.
Yeah.
And just realized there's so much untouched history out here in Colorado, more so that I don't even understand, and then when you and I started talking and becoming digging partners and stuff, we really realized how much is untouched out here. We're always talking, you talk about back east of the Civil War, Rev War. You talk about Wisconsin, Michigan. You talk about copper culture. You talk about the Southwest. You've got Spanish. Colorado, man, there was a lot of good Indian stuff, a lot of good Indian wars, a lot of conflicts out here. Not good. Let me go back.
For relics, yeah.
Correct. A lot of history out here. So that just kept me going.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
you?
for
How
sure.
did you get started?
I remember when I was younger, always seeing these old men out on the beach. I grew up in Northern California and would go to the beach in Santa Cruz, and I would see, these old men out there walking with metal detectors. And I remember when I think back, like always thinking like, God, I wonder what they're finding out there. I wonder if they're finding any like valuable stuff, just like most lay people do these days when you tell them you're a metal detector. Oh, what's the most expensive thing you found, And,
Right.
and then when I moved here in 2000 to Colorado, I was looking for an activity to do with my kids, with my two boys. And, I knew gold prospecting was huge here in the rivers and the creeks. So I decided that'd be a good thing to get me and my kids into. Now, my oldest son, he wasn't interested, but my youngest son was all about it. So we started gold panning in the creeks and doing some sluicing, very recreational, getting some gold in your pans, always exciting. It was a lot of work. And so I wanted to get a metal detector for chasing gold in the creeks, maybe tailing piles for gold nuggets. And I started looking for a gold bug, Fisher gold bug 2. And they were always like 750, 800 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't swing that at the time. It just wasn't something I could put out. And so I was just looking, I started talking to my wife about, I want to find a metal detector. I want to find a metal detector. So one year for like Black Friday, she found a metal detector. Turned out it was a bounty hunter model. And I think she paid like 50 bucks for it. Gave
Yeah.
it to me for Christmas. And I was just like shocked. I was like, wow, that's a metal detector,
Right.
So I
Right.
basically ignored everyone else for the rest of the Christmas. Like I would have my blinders on at that point. Found a really good video on how to use it from Hunter GT. Had this
Yep.
excellent tutorial video on it. And at the end of watching this video, I thought I had mastered it. I just felt I had everything down. He said it was a big sleeper model, had all these functions that much higher expensive models had. So I get it all together. I go out in the backyard, found the very first find was a 925 ring. And I didn't know what that meant, but I knew it was cool because had these designs all over it. It said 925 in the band. And I hadn't known enough yet about the community to know that that was something special. Finding a 925 ring is kind of a cool thing. Second find was a 1964 Canadian cent. And I just wondered, what's that doing in Colorado? So that piqued my interest. And I think that ring really hooked me because I was just like, this kind of stuff's in my ground in my backyard. What other kind of stuff could be out there, And that started my trek on, okay, where can I go metal detecting? Who can I go metal detecting with? What kind of resources are out there for metal detecting? And that led to the metal detecting forums, which led me to meeting you and getting us together. And we started detecting.
The first forum I ever got on was the Hunter GT.
Yeah.
And just trying to learn as much as I could, talk to people, and all of a sudden DK from Adventures in Dirt pops up.
Yeah.
And I'm in Colorado. Hey, you're in Colorado. Let's go dig. And then
let's go dig.
After that, yeah.
I thought I lost him though. I thought I lost him the very first hunt together. I found a 33 Merc dime, and he's like,
It was a big deal, man. Like you said, finding, for me, my first find was a wee penny, which to me was amazing. You find a ring, we go out there, we're so, green about metal detecting.
Yeah.
And it still is this way, you still have all of that excitement when you do find something, but to be able to go out and find a ring in a field that's silver and you're like, whoa, like your mind just doesn't stop going. So
I remember
that's how we.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. Watching the 100 GT videos really exposed me to the YouTube, the fact that there was metal detecting videos on YouTube. Because once you watch a video like that, it just serves you up a bunch of videos like that. And I was just like, cool. And so that's where I started learning about Mercs. Like, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know they made something called a mercury dime, and I found out about 925 and what that meant. And then, all these other things, and it was just really cool. You start learning all that stuff. then you and I getting together and all this stuff. But it also started piquing my interest in research, right? Because I think you were coming up, we were going to go do something in the town I lived in. And I started my research right then and found about this old park. And I found everything about that old park, how far back it went. They used to do carriage races there, like horse-drawn carriage races. People in the town were mad because they started having gambling houses that would open up around there. The circus used to come there, like all this stuff over the years. Now it was all filled dirt and all built up. So I didn't know. I thought we'd find a lot of modern things, rings. They have concert series there and
lots of clad.
Yeah, lots of clad. But for me to pull that Merc, it was just like really cool,
Yeah. And I mean, for me, watching the 100 GT's videos, he was metal detecting, very informative, fantastic teacher. That's one of the things I wish that we would have been able to hunt with him before he moved to California and stuff. But watching his videos and then seeing he's in Colorado as well, like all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I remember the day I go, I could make metal detecting videos too for YouTube. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And that's how I started making videos. And it was just, it was before you and I really got into old stuff. And my first videos were all about parks, tot lots. Hey, I found $3.27 in clad today. And, 14 pencil toppers and 3 keychains and like all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I did the same exact thing. We have such a similar story because I did the same exact thing where watching 100 GT videos, I was like, I could do that. Like, I know I could do that. I have an interest in audio video stuff anyways, and kind of a history of that. And I go, I could definitely do that. So if you ever go back on my channel, Adventures in Dirt, look at my very first video, just sort them by oldest. The very first video you'll see is called Metal Detecting City Park, a live hunt. And I remember I was wearing a camera on top of my hat. I had watched a video on how to mount a GoPro type camera on top of your hat. So it was kind of wiggling around a little bit, but I was trying to learn all that, like how to look down into a hole and everything. Yeah. And that video's got 18,000 views on it. So that's pretty good, but yeah, it's like basically just a video of my hands looking for targets and pulling targets out of this park.
Right. Yeah. Hey, real quick, Stink-Ass Cat, great stories, 3 thumbs up, $50. That is
wow, man. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so generous of you.
That's pretty amazing.
What can I say?
We just enjoyed chatting with you guys, and that's crazy. That's out of nowhere, and very appreciative. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks. We appreciate having you here, and we love the feedback that this crazy stuff we're doing on this show, and trying to come to you every week if we can. I know we've been a little inconsistent, but to hear somebody's appreciated it like that, just amazing. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Very cool. What else we got?
See.
They asked what our favorite finds are.
Oh yeah. Favorite finds.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, tell us what your favorite find is, and good luck. Can you even say that? Like, can you even narrow it down?
I can.
Yeah.
I can. Wow. Southern Relics.
Oh, bing, bang, bing, bang, boom.
That's right.
Oh,
wow.
hey,
Thank you
so much.
Thank you a ton. That's unexpected. We really appreciate that. And we, again, just love talking with the community, talking with you guys. And that's incredible.
Yeah,
very appreciative. Thank you.
Southern Relics Adventure. Got to go over and check out that channel for sure too. That's a great channel.
I've got a quick story about my favorite find.
Okay.
I was doing, I think I may have been doing a live without you within the last couple months.
What?
You had COVID. No, I don't know. I don't know what you were doing. I just went live. I think I was looking at finds and things, scrolling through finds. Anyways, I had said something. Somebody had found maybe a gold coin. And I had said, I've got a safe underneath my desk right here, a big safe, right? Full of coins and slabs and like tons and tons of different coins, right? All my good stuff that's not in the case.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't find the key to my safe. And people were harassing me about it, going, what do you mean you can't find the key? And I legitimately haven't been in there in probably 2 years, right? Maybe a year. And so this last couple weeks, I made it a point to hunt down a key. I was in one of my gun safes, my big gun safe, and I was like, "Here's a whole mess of keys." And sure enough, guess what? It's got the key to the safe. So I was able to actually dig out my favorite coin, um, which was a gold coin that I found.
You found a gold
Um,
coin?
I don't know if I told you about that. Oh, I'm sure I told you about it.
Oh, you rat.
Um,
You rat.
an 1844D $5 gold coin. So I was able to look at it and bring me back again. You know, it's crazy how certain finds will take you back to that place. And it's strange because I know it's not just finds, but people have these same kind of memories where you think about certain things. I remember the smell. I remember the temperature, all of that, and it took me right back to it again. And I was real appreciative of being able to find that darn key, and go back and enjoy that again because it's locked away in a safe, you know, to keep it safe, obviously. But you know what? It's a find. You know what? But to me, it's history, number one, but just takes me back to a moment of my life as well. And it was nice to kind of head back there. So I would say that's my favorite coin find. It's probably my favorite find of all time, to be honest with you. It's
Yeah.
pretty
It's
it's
pretty
pretty
impressive.
rare.
Do you have
Yeah,
it there near you anywhere?
it's in the safe, and
Mm.
oh, you know what? Look at I didn't lose the keys. I'll pull it out. You talk
Yeah.
about your favorite find, I'll pull mine out.
First thing I want to acknowledge Southern Relic Adventures. I'll acknowledge them like this. Dun dun dun. Exciting coming through. So Southern Relic Adventures does a lot of live streams. You guys need to head over to the channel and check out what he's doing over there. The live streams are really cool. His videos are really cool. And I was lucky enough to win the Garrett Carrot that he had given away with Garrett, with Steve Moore on his show. And I was lucky enough to receive this. And so what I wanted to do is I'm going to pay this forward, courtesy of Southern Relics Adventures. And we're going to give this away on the show sometime in the future. We're going to go ahead and do a giveaway similar to what he does and give this right away. And we'll thank him and we'll thank Steve Moore for that because of Garrett's generosity. And we'll do that sometime in the future. So thank you very much, Southern Relic Adventures. Go check that out. But yeah, so were you quick change artist getting in your safe? Oh, hello, lady. Hello.
It's tough to get in focus.
It is. Put your hand behind it. Yeah. Okay. No, don't move. Don't breathe. No, right there. Go up a little. Oh, right there. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, what does that say?
So it came back as
Jack
clean.
in the box. What's up with that?
Yeah. It came back cleaned AU detail. Not happy about it saying cleaned. I might pop this out and try it again and see if it comes back because I didn't clean it. So that bothers me that they told me that I cleaned it because I know the history of it. Obviously, you know it. I know I don't know exactly who dropped it, but I know who dropped it, and it was there until I picked it up. So you know, I cleaned it with water. Yeah, Drummond Detect, he's right. He saw the back of it. It says YPOC on the back. I don't know what that means. YPOC. Oh, copy. No, it doesn't say copy on the back.
That's funny. And that was an amazing find, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And I wasn't there with you when you found it.
No. I know.
But then again, it was a little bit of payback because you weren't with me the day that I found mine. So a little bit of payback there. And you had to do it better because you had to find a bigger one.
Well, you're up. You're up next. So we got a 1, we got a 5. You're up for a 10.
That's it.
Come on now.
Go. I might skip to the 20. You never know. No.
Ooh.
So yours was more than just a 5. It was a.
Yeah, it's about 88. Yeah. Only 88,000 of them minted, so a very low mintage, kind of a rare coin. Just got lucky, you know. Inches and angles. We talk about inches and angles, and If you go back and watch the video, I cringe when I'm watching it because, at that point we had dug a lot of buttons, a lot of bullets. This was a military camp, and I got a 51, 52, and it sounded like a bullet. And I am just jamming my shovel in this hole. And I go back and watch that. I'm like, whoa, if you would have only known, I just figured it was another bullet or another button. So, popped it out and was like, whoa, wait a minute here. That is not what I thought it was. So,
You're right.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah. My favorite finds go like this: $1 gold coin, 1853 $1 gold coin found at the site of a military camp. So we know probably came from a soldier that was here.
Yep.
We don't know exactly the time because they could have been carrying an old 1853 $1 gold coin, but definitely during the sort of 1850s, 1870s time period, we're thinking, and I'm thinking early. I'm thinking actually pre-war time period, because there were soldiers coming this way to protect settlers. Settlers were coming this way, pioneers, as early as late 1840s. Even though 1850s, there was a big boom of them. So it could have been any of those Union soldiers or the Union cavalry that was out this way. And so that's probably my number one. Number two is a small pewter U.S. cuff button from a upstate New York area where it was a 1812 activity. U.S. militia cuff button, really cool. Third would probably be my Roman bronze 92 AD Emperor Vespasian coin that I found in England.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then a hammered coin from there from England, probably the next one. So
it's tough to compare across the pond to finds from here, because it's not apples to apples comparison. You're talking about different history, time frame at least, still significant in terms of world history, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, you can't even compete with England finds, and I've got a whole up here on top of my display. I've got a whole display just of my England finds, and almost everything in there is older than anything that I found in the United States. So it's really, really tough to compare that.
I have a whole display of England finds too, and I've displayed them. We're all here in this bag.
That's beautiful.
You like
beautiful.
it?
I've never seen them displayed like that before.
Look at that beautiful stuff in there. Yeah. Silver
beautiful
thimble
stuff
in there.
in there.
That silver cufflinks in here. Yeah, very cool. I have yet to clean them all up and display them, but I will. I'll get to it. Another project. I'll get to it.
We wanted to address not necessarily the elephant in the room, but Jedediah Carroll says, "Do you guys miss Spreaker?" That was something that I just wanted to throw out there because they were asking about that. Yes and no. So real quick, Ken, tell the story of Spreaker at least.
Well, I will say we're still on Spreaker.
Correct.
We're just not doing live on Spreaker. But you can always catch the show on Spreaker. And I know a lot of people still do download the audio show only from Spreaker, because we'll do these live video shows and then we'll upload the audio over on Spreaker so people can download the recorded show, or they can come over here and watch us live, or even come over and watch the replay here on Tony's YouTube channel. But yeah, Spreaker sent out a notice. I mean, after years and years, 7 years of being on Spreaker, they sent out a note. And there's a lot of other podcasts that are on Spreaker, man. There was Gypsy's podcast, American Digger Magazine. Yeah, Heavy Metal, like all the different podcasts on metal detecting. And so they sent out a notice saying that they're no longer going to do live podcasting. We can no longer have live podcasting with the chat. That
still do recorded.
Yeah. Pre-record and
no
post
live
it as much as you want. And they actually were going to extend that till the end of this year. They were actually said you can still live broadcast till the end of this year, but Tony and I didn't want to hang in there that long. We wanted to make the switch now, so people could get used to it. And some people like it and some people don't like it. We understand that. But we wanted that adjustment to be made now. And I think a lot of the other podcasts are doing that too. I know American Digger Magazine has switched over to video and are uploading their audios to Spreaker. And we will continue doing that for sure. So yeah, do we miss it? Yeah, I kind of miss doing the audio, but I really like this because sometimes we're talking about a find and you guys can't see it, or we're finding about something that here, at least we can show you.
Right.
Here we can share pictures electronically. We can do that. We can actually pop up presentations. We can pop up video. We can pop up a lot of stuff as we're talking about it. Now, the audio listeners, they probably don't like that as much, which is why we try to describe what it is we're holding up in front of the camera. So yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to honor both the video watchers and the audio listeners,
Yeah.
But
yeah, Jedediah says listen to all the replays on Apple, but American Digger is no longer on Apple. So
really, I'll have to talk
Didn't know
to Butch and Jeff
Jeff.
about that.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can fix that for you.
I wanted to bring this up real quick here. Speaking of being able to share different things. First thing I want to ask to everybody in the chat that's listening live, if you had a chance to purchase a metal detector, a $1,300 metal detector, right, at 91% off, 91% off of $1,300.
I'm already there with you. That'd be a no
Right?
brainer, right? That'd be a no brainer.
I've got something for you guys to see here. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to bring this up and share this with you guys so we can all head over to Amazon and check into this. So here we go. Listing price, $1,299.99. Limited time deal right now. Head over to Amazon, guys. 91% off.
Hurry
you
up
can buy this for
before they're
only
gone.
$119.97. What do you guys think?
Number
about
one
that?
new release. Let's read some of those other things that they're claiming here. Number one new release.
Yep.
Limited time only.
Detectors. Yeah. Yeah. You can also get a $10 coupon here. So it's $109.97. I'm sweetening up this deal. Extra savings, another 12%. Like you could pretty much probably get this thing for free. I tell you what.
Save
right?
another 8% if you buy two of them. Look at that.
But,
Look at that.
But check
comes
but
with
check
its own
this.
batteries.
Yeah. Now we all know that if you're running on 2 9-volts, it is probably top of the line.
That's true. Look at that.
Yes. 4.7 stars. Look at that. Whew.
Comes with a case and a shovel.
It does look like the Garrett double D coil. Anyways, guys, I found this. There's been some talk out in the metal detecting community from a larger company talking about how Amazon is flooding the market with these cheap Chinese knockoffs. I personally have never used a what is the name of this? GBNRYG. That's the name of the detector. I've never used this machine before, but I really don't think it's probably worth $1,300.
No, you don't.
I don't know. So? I just saw this and I put that out there on my social media and said, guys, I even put it out on some beginner metal detecting Facebook pages. Guys, these machines are not great. I'll be honest with you. I've received quite a few of these for free to review and give opinions. I think 5 of them in my garage right now. That my plan is to throw them in my truck, and if I'm out somewhere where there's a kid that comes up to me, I'm going to give them a detector. I think it'd be great to get the kids involved, maybe at tot lots and things like that. But if you are a halfway decent detectorist, I just really don't feel like this is, says nothing about frequencies. Yeah. I just saw this and I wanted to bring this up. And there's another one, Dr. Otek. He's another one here at the top that makes another knockoff machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it looks cool, right? I mean, checks all the boxes. It's got a nice handle.
Yeah, adjustable.
Comes with headphones.
Gosh,
yeah, adjustable. If you were just getting into detecting, you would think you'd won the lottery.
So yeah, back when I started, right? My wife hears
Right.
I am looking for a detector, and she searches Amazon for most of her stuff and sees this and be like, oh my goodness, I could get him too, for this price. And, And if she would have done that, I wouldn't have known any different. I would have been like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Absolutely.
I'm a new detectorist and look at all this stuff she got me. I got a shovel and headphones and oh my God, adjustable handle. That's kind of cool. And look how cool this thing looks. And go out and detect with it and either not find very much or have it break on me. And what happens to my attitude at that point?
I would say probably the quality. I would imagining that it's probably going to break.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So just wanted to bring that up. I saw that and put that out on social media.
Yeah.
Man, check out that backpack. That is
so cool.
Double stitching.
Does it come
extra
with the stuffing
padding
that they put inside of it? Oh my goodness.
And it comes with 2 Kendall 9-volt batteries. That is
what are they? Kendall. That's a good brand.
Kendall. That is a good brand.
Yeah.
All right.
Too funny. Jedi Carroll says, "Hey, how you enjoying the D2 DK?"
Oh yeah.
You know, Jed. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and really enjoying the MI6 pinpointer and its connectivity with the D2. The seamless connection between the headphones and the pinpointer, and switching everything on and off, and it's so seamless. That's what I really dig about it. As far as finding stuff, I'm still getting used to it. I'm getting my favorite sort of programs down. So, you know, there's certain programs that I really are starting to love. And also I've been testing other programs. I have some custom ones on there that everyone talks about, but really the general programs, the pre-programmed programs, some of them are just really great, man. If you've never tried that Goldfield program, is somewhere in a field somewhere, you should try that sometime. Or even the Relic program, which is like its little brother. Man, I'm telling you what. And you know, it just screams at you. And I've tried testing it. I've tried barreling like my little tiniest gold coin down at 8 inches on its edge at 8 inches, and in gold program, Goldfield, and also in Relic mode, pop, 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 man, it's just screaming at you. So that's pretty cool. But I usually hunt in general, and I usually hunt in deep HC. Those are kind of my favorites right now.
It's a good machine.
Yeah.
The learning curve is to me, it's a little steep.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we go out, you see, I'm still learning it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, you know, you guys are digging all this stuff. And I'm like, those aren't sounding like good targets to me at all. And, you know, I'm not even going down to find out. And then like, you guys just, all of a sudden you guys are like, cool, here's this thing. You know, I was like, man, I think I should have been digging those scratchy signals before and after the code, you know, but I'll get there.
Great machine though.
Yeah.
Great machine.
Definitely.
Let's see. I want to discuss this one. I know there's gonna be a lot of talk in the chat here. BC Trails, thanks for joining us here.
Welcome.
And thank you for the question. Anyone know of a decent, easy to use detector for someone with hearing troubles? And I know that let's see. I think someone didn't Buckleboy? Yeah. Buckleboy says Simplex, their vibration settings seem good. I would also probably lean towards something that has a vibration setting for sure. But I'll be honest with you. I am losing my hearing as well due to previous professional experiences that I've had. And just using headphones. Now I blast my headphones, in fact, enough for everybody around me to be able to hear it because they're all looking and see what I'm digging. But just having headphones in and of itself helps me identify the targets. I really feel like I can get in tune with the machine and kind of block out all that ambient noise, as well as the ringing and the buzzing and all that other stuff that I've got going on. But it allows me to really listen closer if I use headphones. I've tried it without it, and I just don't feel like I'm as effective.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I just, you know, I can't ever seem to figure out how to turn my headphones up. So I don't usually turn my headphones up. I still got to find out how to do that on some things, but no, it's an old in joke. I was in England and I was swinging the Legend for the first time, and I couldn't figure out that the volume up and down was on the side of my headphones right here, because it was just looked like a label to me, and it was actually just got to push it on. So we did like half of a day with me like going, gosh, I could hear Tony's detector going off 15
because I have it turned up so
it was
loud.
Just like bang, 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 and I was like, mine's just not going up loud enough. Like, this is really depressing. It's the first time I'd used the Legend. It just wasn't. I was like, man, it's not. I had everything up on my controller, like up all the way, and then finally Tony's like, So I'm going like this. I'm like looking for where's the button, where's the roller wheel.
Well, we even switched machines. You're like, here, try this out.
Yeah. And you're
I
like,
can't hear
whoa.
crap on it.
And you're like, yeah, there's something wrong with this thing, So yeah, then I found out it's on the side, and then my world had changed. So
That's right. I agree with you, Jedediah, that it does wear on my brain. And I'll tell you what I do, because I run the Manicore wide open, no discrimination. I want to hear all the iron. I have the iron at a lower volume than I do all of the other targets. But man, these areas that we're hunting it's nonstop, buzz, but the really low tones. I will actually hit discrimination for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes sometimes, just to get that break where it's not just nonstop. So that's what I do over those 10-hour hunts. I do need a break because my brain is just on overload.
Yeah. Yep, those are all good. And he says he hates his D2 in water. I haven't had mine in water yet, so that's yet to happen. For sure. I've got all the parts and pieces to do it, but so yeah, let me address this one real quick. eChecker says, any chance you can tell us a bit about your eBay reselling? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll actually show you one of my treasures here in a second. I got it pulled up. So yeah, what I do is I don't have enough time. I'm a reseller on eBay. I flip items that I'll search online estate auctions, and I'll get into an auction on Auction Ninja is the name of the site I use. And I will go search through all upcoming auctions, and I'll sort of favorite things that I think that will resell great, 5 times the price I think I can get it at, 6 times or more. That's kind of my criteria. And I'll favorite it. I'll kind of star them. And then I'll set the setting that says it alerts my cell phone whenever it's 10 minutes out from closing. And I have all this criteria. And so, yeah, I'll start getting all these buzzes on my phone. I'll go look, I'll go see where the current is and the current price bidding is. And I'll have my limit. I know I can go to here and still make 5 times the cost, or I think I will. It sells good on eBay. And so that's kind of my criteria. So that's what I do. And recently I did that. I got onto an auction. Here, let me share my screen here. I have to do something about the audio too somewhere here. Oh yeah, audio, also share audio. Okay, let me find it. Oh, there it is, right here.
Make sure you get the right one.
You're right. I'm telling you what. So I got into an auction that had a bunch of military items. Okay. I had this military footlocker from World War II. Okay. Had a bunch of them. I actually bought 3 of these, plus a lot of other items. So this was here in Colorado. So check this out. Of course, with me and my genealogy research.
Yeah.
So I researched this major right here. He's an Army major, A.D. Brewer.
Wow.
Angelo Brewer. I know a lot about him. He was stationed. It gives me his service number there. And it was really cool. This is the box I paid the most for. It's all verified. He was in during the war, went in 41 through 43. I think he came out in 43. And he was in Texas, and he finished. Actually, he was in Arizona. It's been a while. And then he ended up in Texas and was discharged out of Texas. So check out this box, right? What was so cool about this box is, one, they sell really well. Anything that was kind of from the war, it was named like this, and this is an officer, so this is a major. They sell really well. And so I went in a bidding war on this one because so let me see here. Look what it had in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's like all like not used.
Yeah. So it's got this pack, which sell really well. This has his name in it. It's got a service number. If you see down in the bottom behind all this other stuff, that's a Mills belt. That's a 10-pouch ammo Mills belt. Those things sell for a tremendous amount. And everything in here was in pristine condition. It was in great condition. I mean, that belt, it's amazing. It's got his stencil all over it, so it's named again with his name, and he's a major. So that all adds up to things. The satchel has his
Wow.
name in it at the top. This whole QMD is a special, 1938. This is a very special thing. So this pouch, rucksack, or what do they call it? Not a rucksack, they call it something else. In here is kind of like a medical kit. Inside every one of these is a first aid kit. These are all first aid kits. This is a special holder right here. They have, these were pocket first aid kits they carried. This one actually here right there is from World War One. So that's a QMD World War One pack right there, first aid kit. This one on the left is a first aid, what they call meat can. They sell for good amounts. This one here is actually standard mess kit or mess can with so check this out. I opened up this mess kit. This is all stuff I'm bidding on it with sight unseen. I'm just looking at pictures, right? I bid on this mess. I open it up. I open up this mess kit. It's got all these pristine, the kit silverware in there, a knife, fork, and spoon. But see how it's kind of wrapped? Somebody wrapped them to kind of protect them so they wouldn't rattle around. And
Yeah.
I unrolled this newspaper right here. It's from 42. It's talking about war bonds, buy war bonds, and all that stuff. So when I sold this, I've already sold this item. I left all that in there. It's kind of provenance, pretty cool, huh? But yeah, somebody made this for him. This is his name. If you look, there's additional silverware down here. It's got some blank dog tags. This is a really pristine first aid kit. It's in great conditions. Got some sewing thread. This is, some rope. Just some great things. Look, he's got tent stakes in there for a pop-up tent. Those are the ropes from pop-up tents. Got this army shovel in there, trench shovel. The reason I went to bid high on this is because every one of these items will take sold individually will take the price up over the top. So
yeah,
that's the kind of stuff I look for.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I look for stuff on auctions and buy them and try to flip them. And it's kind of a cool little hobby I have. And yeah, there you go. You wanted to know about it. There you go.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So my own little treasures, another type of treasure hunting,
That's right. Yeah. And who knows what you can find, obviously related to certain individuals and things like that too. So that's very, very cool. This happened this week. I wanted to bring this up. Did you see Riley Bryant, what he found?
I did. That guy, man, Riley. I'm just so used to it now. I'm just so used to it.
I know it's what we expect, right?
Yeah. Really happy for him, Brandon, and Gypsy too, to be doing that television show. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, can't wait to see that.
Yeah. They got some real sort of hunters with them actually doing some cool stuff. Look at that.
Look at that spur. Woof. Now, I will say, when you and I were on the military site here, that was a lot of the questions because we knew it was cavalry. We do know it was not Confederate, but that was one of the things that everyone keeps telling me is you're going to find a spur. You're going to find a spur. We never found a spur, let alone this thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someday, man.
Congrats to him. That's crazy. So it's a Leach and Rigdon CS Mark spur, extremely rare. That's so cool though.
Yeah.
This picture right here is just, that's insane.
You think they had to be officer? Because, regular cavalry wouldn't probably have something that fancy, right? On the spur.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Maybe they did. Maybe somebody that knows can tell us in the chat. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so cool, man. Glad to see him still digging out there and succeeding and stuff. So yeah, a lot of chat of people, relatives in World War II. That's great. I found out this AD Brewer was actually a National Guard, so he was a major in National Guard. But he there's a lot of information about him out there. When I did my genealogy research, kind of found stuff about his family, where he came from, and all that stuff. So that is to me, it adds to the excitement,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very cool.
Let's see. Want to say hi to Riddle's Relics joining us.
Oh, there we go.
Good evening, y'all.
Good evening.
Good to see you, Riddle.
Optrix is in the house.
Nice.
Optrix. I like it.
I know Nick from Thin Blue Diggers popped in. Good to see you, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Speaking of Nick,
look at that.
He sent me this custom hat for 5280 Adventures. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. He sent me.
Oh, what?
He didn't send me anything.
Oh,
womp womp womp. Nick, sorry, man. I'm just teasing you.
I was all excited. Like, what did he send you?
Oh, sorry. Nick didn't send me anything. No, absolutely amazing. Hold that hat up again. That's a great job he did.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in anything custom, Nick does gosh, I've got a whole bunch of stuff around here. But anyways, he does hats now.
Yeah.
He just did a whole mess.
Got the patch on there.
He just did a whole mess of hats for a fire department out there in Ohio. He does just custom whatever. If you guys need hats or what do you call them? Let's put your glasses on. Not cup holders. You know what I'm talking about? You put on a table and you put your glass on it. What the heck is that thing called?
Coaster.
There we go. I got a couple. In fact, I even got a coaster with that on it.
Do you?
He sent me laser engraving. There we go.
Oh, not a real one.
He sent me one of those laser engraving. So hey, if you guys are looking for custom stuff, let me know. I'll point you in the direction of Nick. Nick's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. There was question earlier about stash story.
I tell you what, it's the funniest thing. I get more compliments about this ridiculous thing on my face than it's stupid.
Somebody asked earlier, how many chickens are you up to? We didn't even start the show with chicken talk.
I know,
a lot
right?
of us start the show with chicken talk. Actually, do you want to explain why we start the show with chicken talk?
Yeah, I raise chickens kind of as a side gig. We have 99 currently. We have 99 laying hens. I've got 17 chicks in the brooder right now that are replacing some next spring. I'm going to get rid of some older ones next spring. So I have to get rid of 8 next spring. So I bought 16 to replace those 8. That's how chicken math works.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Don't ask my wife. And then we've got 8 turkeys that are massive. I'm not exaggerating. They're 30 pounds already. 30 pounds a piece. They're insane. They're up to their heads go over my belt line, over my waist. They're that tall already. It's crazy. So
99 chickens.
Yep. 99 chickens, 16 chicks, and 8 turkeys.
You know, Tony raises chickens and I eat chickens. Matter of fact, he would have had 100, but
we got a really good relationship going on here.
I ate the 100th one. Now he's down to 99. No, I wanted to tell you, Tony, what's funny is my youngest son, Nick, he just moved to Washington State, way up in the Pacific Northwest. He's up near the Canadian border. And, it's a big move. He's like 26, 27. He moves up there with his buddies, and it's like this whole starting over thing for me. It's a fresh start, kind of wants to, get into, all kinds of exercise and hill climbing and all that stuff. He's just really excited to get up there and get things going. Got himself a job already, like all this stuff. Really proud of him for taking that step. So he sends me this video. Right. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what this could be. And he's out there shaking mealworms to all these chickens. And they're all come running just like they do for you. They all come running. They
love mealworms.
Just
oh my gosh.
So I guess his next door neighbor has chickens and they paid him to watch their chickens and feed their chickens and stuff. So he sent me this video. And if you know my son, it's like, he's kind of like a hippie, but he's never been around chickens. So to see him like enjoying himself with that, I'm just like, that's so cool, man.
But he's got it in his blood, right?
He does.
Raising chickens.
His grandma was all about it. Yeah, his grandma started her life in a chicken hatchery. So must be in his blood. Chicken math. Love it.
Before we get over to Optrix, Optrix has a question. I wanted to show this real quick. This came up this week. Check that out. Detecting Spanish settlement in Florida when he discovered an amazing piece of pirate treasure. How about that?
That is pretty cool. Amazing.
You know what? We should have this guy on soon.
Yeah, Jag, we need to get you on here. Let's go, buddy. We need to get you on the show, Jag.
Juxtaposed to future guests coming up. We are going to have Jag on here probably in the month of September. So be prepared to ask about this cob. I tell you what, man, he sent me this picture and then he posted on Facebook, but I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, pretty amazing.
Very, very
Optrix
cool.
says remarkable booty.
It is, man. Can you imagine pulling that up? Like Tony was just saying a minute ago, like we don't get that kind of stuff here in Colorado. I know occasionally they'll pull one, but you know, it was in somebody's pocket coming this way. And over in Florida, man.
That's where you're gonna find it.
I've seen them come up in Florida, sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So Optrix
wait
had
to
the
have Jag
question
on for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And we can get involved here in the chat too, guys. If you can help Optrix out. Anyone know where to dig up old maps to see potential abandoned trails? Abandoned trails. I know for us out here in Colorado, and I don't know where Optrix is at, but we've come across, to be honest, I've seen local museums that will have a brochure type of thing that'll get you in the area. It's not going to put you on a site per se, but a lot of those local museums are really, really happy about their history. And so they're going to throw those things out. They're going to usually have just a brochure or even a framed thing on the wall that says, yeah, this trail went through our town. I've seen that. Getting on the Google, man, just pounding the websites. That's where I think we've done our best research.
Yeah, and you can try this too. Optrix, sorry. You can try this too. You can do a search like in Colorado here. I know they have a lot of quadrangle maps, historical quadrangle maps, and they will kind of quad out the state and show you old trail sites, old trail maps, and they'll give you a pretty good indication because they usually show them overlaid onto more modern streets and locations. So it's really easy to kind of find those maps, those trail maps, and maybe in your area they have them. You just have to search on Google and see if they show them. I know you can go on USGS historical topo kind of search engine, and sometimes those might show a dotted line going somewhere of an old map system, but try that out and see if they have them in your area. We use those a lot. We use those around here. Now, as far as abandoned goes, I mean, they're not using them anymore. Sometimes the trail has turned into a modern road.
Yeah.
But we search the old trail sites, the old trails that, now seem to be out in the middle of a field somewhere. It's the accuracy of them that are always called into question. Another great thing would be to join some kind of, if they have them in your area, some kind of historical society or trails association. Like out here, they have the California Oregon Trails Association. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they have a lot of information for you as to where, because they'll actually go out and seriously map out and find the actual trails and figure out exactly where they were. Now, they don't always share that information, especially not to the public. But if you get involved with these organizations and spend some time and invest some time in them and helping them out, sometimes you can get out with them, kind of helping them cite these sites. And, you have to work in sort of the logistics of, being able to metal detect them if it's ever possible. But yeah, that's my advice to you for sure. Library of Congress, heavy metal detectors, Kentucky says. Yes, absolutely.
I just picked this up from Amazon. And I don't know if they have this for other, let me see if I can do this. Not so close. I don't know if they have this for other areas as well. This one's called Family Maps of Adams County. Now they do make approximately 9 of these for the state of Colorado, different counties. And it actually, lays out. Gosh, I want to try and show you guys this because I found it very, very helpful. This actually will tell you who owned each plot. It's not coming across very well. It actually has the old time landowners for this county. There's a lot to get into, land patents, as well as other maps that are on here. Like there's a map here, and they're telling me that there's an old town called Shamrock that's right at that intersection right there. So I'm just digging into this thing. I obviously I think they probably cost around $40 to $50 for each county, and they don't make it for every county out here in Colorado, but I'm starting to dig into that and cross-reference it to overhead aerials, those kind of different things. And you know what? It's a lot of research, not necessarily for those trails per se, but I kind of went off on a different tangent, just talking about specific history. If you're looking for old sites, I'm always looking for something that was there that isn't there now in a field. That's what I love.
Yeah. We're always doing that overlay. Where was there a house site where now there's just a field or just the grouping of trees and the house is no longer there, or a school or a church, places where people gathered? That's some of our favorite sites here in Colorado. And we're always after the military, and we're always trying to figure that out. We could find old military trails. They could only travel the cavalry could only travel about 20 miles a day. So if you find, usually they had stage stations within that distance along the trail systems. But if you can find some trail systems that didn't have them that close, had them further apart, but there's a spring you find somewhere in the middle there, somewhere about the 20-mile mark, anywhere from 17 mile to 22 mile, boy, go look around that spring site. Especially if you find trees and it's near water, good. The place that you would stop and you would rest, that's where you're going to find old military camps, or at least stopping places where you can find a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
Good info there.
Yep. What else we got? Any other questions pop in on us? Yeah. So hey, I ran across this article today, and I don't know, I didn't read the whole article, but I bet you people out there know. We were talking about Fizz, right? We're talking about Captain Fizz. Captain Fizz. There's another famous treasure hunter out there named Tommy Thompson. Tommy Thompson has been in the news forever. Tommy Thompson in 1988 discovered the wreck of the SS Central America, a ship that sank in 1857, and it carried tons of gold, right? Ship of gold, they called it. And there's TV shows about this. National Geographic did some things about it. Well, he ended up selling a bunch of the gold. He sold some of it for like $52 million, and on eBay. On eBay. Yeah, that was a score, man. He also sold. They said he held about $4.5 million in an offshore account in the Cook Islands, right?
Okay.
And so eventually this came around to him being put in jail. Like he got put in jail, and he skipped court a couple times. He got fined. Anyways, if you get a chance to go read his story, go ahead and read his story. It's amazing. I think he's still incarcerated. So if I'm wrong about that, somebody let me know. But
you're still right.
Yeah, people trying to get him. The courts are trying to get him to reveal the locations of the coins that still are worth millions and millions of dollars. Maybe because there was investors that went in on his expedition, and I don't think they're trying to say he didn't pay him and all this stuff. And so he's just keeping his mouth shut, and he's just going to stay incarcerated. But it's kind of a interesting
old
story.
Tommy Thompson.
Yeah, old Tommy Thompson. There should be a song, right? But I ran across that story today, and I knew that he had found the SS Central America, but I didn't know too much about it. So I encourage you to go check that
Bill
out.
says he's still in jail in Ohio.
Still in jail. Yeah. Well, go visit him, Bill. Go bring him a cake with a file in it.
Hook up with Optrix to break him out.
That's it, man.
Jeez, that's a funny story.
FL Thunder digging with Rob in the house. Hey, man, how are you? Good to see you, Rob.
Yeah, Rob says he lived in Captain Fizz lived in our area, Tampa Bay, Clearwater. Was a guest speaker at our metal detecting club meeting several times. Got to see some of his incredible finds. I tell you, man. We lost a legend there for sure this week. So
You know what I'm going to do is we're going to get on a guest here. I'm going to reach out to him. I know a real live, honest to goodness shipwreck diver treasure hunter.
really,
I
I
do.
thought you were going to say pirate.
No, around here too. He's around here. And I'm going to get him on the show.
All right.
His name's Mel King. And
Mel King.
No relation.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a chance to work with him at a local treasure show. And
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Remember he gave me that book on
That's
ancient
right,
coins and gold doubloons and all that stuff.
You had a lot of good stuff to say about this guy. I remember this
Amazing.
guy.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
They had a video playing the entire of them diving on shipwreck thing. And I know he was involved with Mel and just amazing guy. I definitely got to get him on. I'll try to do that here for sure this year yet and see if he'll come on with us. I was surrounded by the most treasure you've ever seen. I can't even describe it to you. Treasures from all countries, coins from all countries, gold from all countries, from all ancient civilizations, just amazing, amazing, amazing treasures. This gigantic silver bar from the Atocha. Gigantic, this big silver bar that was so heavy, and I couldn't believe it.
Way.
No, I couldn't even tell you, man. But it was heavy, heavy, and it was just amazing. And he was full of stories, and I would love to get him on here if he will do it. So I'll definitely try that.
I think we should. I think it's a great plan.
Yeah. So very cool. Well, shoot, man, it's been a good night, and we just decided to wing it tonight and have some chat, answer some questions, and some good questions came in. Thank you all very much, man. Some great questions. Yeah. And for those of you listening on the audio play, on Spreaker, hey, give us a look over here on video if you ever want to see our dazzling faces. And and Tony's stash, that'd be good. But if not, keep looking forward to us posting the audio of our shows as we put them out, and we appreciate you listening and looking and watching us here on the show. But I'm going to be off. Let me see. I'm gone. I'll be back next Thursday, but you won't, right? So you and I will talk about that. I know Butch wants to come on. Butch wants to come on and talk about some things, and maybe Gypsy and so we'll talk about that. We'll see.
All the cool people will be here.
All the cool people.
Apparently. Yeah. Okay.
Right when you're gone, we'll chat about it. You and I chat about what we're going to do next Thursday. Yeah, Detecting SD. I saw I got a message from you. I haven't read it yet doing the show, but I'll see what you have to say here in a minute as soon as we get off the air.
Sweet. If you guys are interested, you can follow me over on YouTube, 5280 Adventures, over on Instagram, Facebook. Check me out over there. Leave me some comments, chat with me. I love the interaction, meeting new people, talking with people about history and things like that. So join me over there, guys. I appreciate all support.
Yep.
Adios.
Find me over at 52 Adventures. No, I'm kidding. Find me over at Adventures in Dirt anywhere on YouTube or any social media. I have a show called The Weekly Dirt where I feature you and your finds every Sunday. Actually, I haven't been doing it in about over a month, but I'll be putting them out again soon as I get through this whole drama of losing my mother and getting through that whole thing. We're doing heading to California this weekend to kind of do layer to rest there and get through that. And so it has kind of caused an interruption in my YouTube schedule, but we'll get back on that very soon. You can look forward to it on Sundays, The Weekly Dirt on Adventures in Dirt. Until then, if you find something, let me know about it. Go out there and get the good stuff and be careful. We'll see you next time.
Grandma's Baroque.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to Relics Radio. We will see you back here next week for another exciting guest. Until then, get out and dig it all.